Visual, a graphic of the two contrasting images from the beginning, but this time, both are transformed. The person on the left is now calm and in control, having learned from the lessons. The host offers final words of encouragement. Host, we often talk about the gap between the rich and the poor as a matter of income, assets, and opportunity. But what if the real difference isn't in their bank accounts, but in their minds? What if the true divider is not a physical wall, but an invisible one, built from the way they think, speak, and make decisions about money? Welcome to Elevate Mindset. Today, we are going to dive into a topic that has profoundly impacted millions of people around the world. We'll explore the groundbreaking insights of a man who didn't just write a book, but created a movement. We're talking about the rich versus poor mindset, as taught by the legendary Robert Kiyosaki. This isn't about judging anyone. It's about understanding a framework for thinking about money that has the power to change your life, regardless of your current financial situation. It's about a mental shift that can turn a lifetime of struggle into a journey of financial freedom. So, get ready to re-examine everything you thought you knew about money, and let's begin to unlock the secrets of the wealthy mind. Visual, a graphic animation illustrating a brain being presented with two choices: work for money versus make money work for you. The host breaks down the core philosophies. Host, at the heart of Robert Kiyosaki philosophy is a simple, yet revolutionary idea. The rich and the poor play two entirely different games with two entirely different sets of rules. While the poor and middle class are taught to work for money, the rich are taught to make money work for them. Let's break that down. The poor and middle class mindset. This mindset is focused on owning a paycheck. The goal is a good job, a steady salary, and stability. The common question asked is, how much do you make an hour? The core belief is that more hours of work or a higher paying job will solve all financial problems. The focus is on the rat race, a continuous cycle of owning, spending, and getting further into debt. The mindset is rooted in scarcity and a fear of not having enough. The rich mindset. This mindset is focused on building assets. The goal is to create systems that generate income for you, so you don't have to trade your time for money. The common question asked is, how much does your business or investment portfolio make? The core belief is that financial freedom is a result of smart investments and building assets, not a higher salary. This mindset is rooted in abundance and a desire for freedom. The rich understand that a job is a temporary solution to a permanent problem. A paycheck can be taken away. A business, a piece of real estate, or a stock portfolio can continue to generate income for generations. Visual, a graphic illustrating two columns. Poor mindset vocabulary, e.g., I can't afford that, versus rich mindset vocabulary, e.g., how can I afford that? The host explains how language shapes reality. Visual, a graphic illustrating two columns. Poor mindset vocabulary, e.g., I can't afford that, versus rich mindset vocabulary, e.g., how can I afford that? The host explains how language shapes reality. Host, a key difference between the two mindsets is the language they use. Words are not just sounds. They are tools that shape our reality and our actions. The poor mindset vocabulary. This vocabulary is filled with limiting phrases that shut down possibility. Words like, I can't afford that, that's too expensive, or I'm not good with money are common. This language creates a mental block that prevents any exploration of how to acquire something. It's a declaration of a fixed reality. The rich mindset vocabulary. This vocabulary is filled with empowering questions that open up possibility. Phrases like, how can I afford that? Or how can I make that happen? Are common. The rich person's brain, upon hearing how, immediately begins to search for solutions, not to declare a state of impossibility. This language creates a state of curiosity and problem solving. This is not a matter of semantics. It's a matter of psychology. When you tell your brain, I can't afford it, the conversation is over. But when you ask, how can I afford it? You are challenging your brain to think creatively, to find new income streams, to look for opportunities where others see roadblocks. The language we use with ourselves is a direct reflection of our beliefs, and it determines whether we are a victim of our circumstances or master of them. Visual, a graphic illustrating an income statement. The host uses a simple, clear visual to differentiate between assets and liabilities, showing how money flows into and out of each. Host, One of the most powerful and often misunderstood lessons from Kiyosaki is a distinction between an asset and a liability. To the poor and middle class, a house is often seen as an asset. To the rich, it can be a liability. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. This includes rental properties, a business you own that generates income, stocks that pay dividends, or intellectual property. The key is that it generates passive income for you. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. This includes your primary residence, cars, credit card debt, and other consumer loans. They may feel like assets, but they are financial drains. The poor and middle class fill their lives with liabilities, mistakenly believing them to be assets. They buy a big house, a nice car, and new consumer goods, all of which require them to work harder to pay for. The rich, on the other hand, focus on accumulating assets. They buy properties that generate rent, stocks that generate dividends, and build businesses that generate profit. They use the income from these assets to pay for their liabilities and to buy more assets, creating a cycle of ever-increasing wealth. The lesson here is profound. A person with a high-paying job but who fills their life with liabilities is still on the poor side of the equation. A person with a modest income but who is constantly acquiring assets is on the rich side of the equation, regardless of how much money is in their bank account today. Visual, a graphic illustrating the 4 quadrants of the cash flow quadrant. E, employee, S, self-employed, B, business owner, and I, investor. The host explains the mindset and goals of each quadrant. Host, Kiyosaki's most famous model is a cash flow quadrant. It's a simple yet powerful map of where people get their income. E, employee. This is a mindset of seeking safety and security. They work for a paycheck, and their core belief is, I want a secure, high-paying job with good benefits. They are trading their time for money. S, self-employed. This is the mindset of the independent worker. They own their job. Their core belief is, if you want something done right, do it yourself. They are also trading their time for money, and they can never truly be free, because if they stop working, their income stops. B, business owner. This is the mindset of the wealthy. They own a system. Their core belief is, I want to build a system or a business that can run without me. They are able to leverage other people's time and talent to generate income. I, investor. This is the mindset of true financial freedom. They make money work for them. Their core belief is, I want my money to make more money for me. They are using assets to generate wealth. The rich understand that true freedom is found on the right side of the quadrant, in the B and I sections. While the poor and middle class spend their entire lives on the left side, the rich are actively moving from the left to the right. This is not about being a bad person for being an employee. It's about consciously choosing where you want to build your financial future. Visual. The host is back on screen with a final, concluding message. The tone is inspiring and grounded. Host, so how do you make the shift? It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't require you to quit your job tomorrow. It starts with a simple, conscious decision to change your mindset, change your language. The next time you hear yourself say, I can't afford that, immediately replace it with, how can I afford that? This simple shift will open your mind to possibility. Start your financial education. The rich are obsessed with learning about money, investing, and business. The poor are often content to know what they need to get by. Start by reading books on personal finance, listening to podcasts, and taking online courses. Your financial education is your most valuable asset. Find a mentor. Find someone who is where you want to be financially and learn from them. The rich often have a circle of like-minded individuals who share knowledge and opportunities. Buy assets, not liabilities. Begin to consciously make choices that put money in your pocket. This could be as small as starting a side hustle, investing a small amount in a stock, or looking for ways to generate passive income. This is not a journey to get rich quick. This is a journey to get rich intelligently and to get rich responsibly. Visual, a graphic of the 2 contrasting images from the beginning, but this time, both are transformed. The person on the left is now calm and in control, having learned from the lessons. The host offers final words of encouragement. Host, the difference between the rich and the poor is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. It's a choice to change your mindset, to change your vocabulary, and to change your relationship with money. You can choose to remain in the rat race, or you can choose to begin your journey towards financial freedom. Your current situation does not have to be your permanent reality. The first step towards a rich life is to cultivate a rich mindset. Your journey to financial freedom begins right now with a single eye-opening choice to see the world not as a place of scarcity, but as a place of limitless opportunity.